Hello, and welcome to a short tutorial where we will speak on how to navigate the Aurora University eBill. My name is Joel Ortega, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to want to do here is make sure that we are on the Aurora University main page. This is simply going to aurora.edu. Once on the main page, you will scroll all the way down to your WebAdvisor account. After clicking on your WebAdvisor account, you will go to the left-hand side of that page where you see Make a Payment / View eBill, which will take you to the main portal where you're able to kind of manipulate all your information for your eBill account. So for this username and password, all you will simply do is type in your username used for your email, for your WebAdvisor, Moodle account. Same one will be for your eBill account. So let's go ahead and do that now. Perfect, so it'll take a couple of seconds to load up, but once it loads up, you'll be able to see an overview of your account. We'll also be able to make payments, view a payment plan, e-statements, e-deposits, and e-refunds. So we'll talk briefly about what each one of those means. So for the first one, balance. Now this balance is basically all charges not including any sort of financial aid. So this is going to be charges like your tuition, your room and board if you're staying on campus, any sort of activity and technology fees that are associated would all be reflected on this balance here. Keep in mind, this balance does not include financial aid, so would not include any scholarships, student loans, institutional scholarships, grants, anything like that. Now, the eBill statement here, this amount, would include financial aid. So this is the amount that you're always going to be looking at. Now keep in mind, if you have outstanding financial aid, let's say if you have not completed your financial aid, if your loans haven't gone through yet, if your FAFSA has not completed, this amount will not be reflective on the amount of aid that you're actually going to be receiving. This is why it's very important and very crucial that you are able to complete your financial aid as soon as possible so you're able to get the most accurate statement. Now, if you'd want to see your statement in further detail, all you would need to do is click on Latest Bill here, click on View, so here's where you're going to be able to see description, charges, credits, and payments that really have been made in an itemized sort of way. Now keep in mind that you will not be able to see this screen unless your pop-ups are enabled. This is a separate screen that appears here in a separate tab. So again, make sure your pop-ups are enabled in order for you to view this printable version of a bill. Also, one other important thing to note is that all bills are made on a term basis. So whether that would be spring term, fall term, or May term, you are going to be seeing those bills by term. So here is the date of the either payment, credit, or charge, the term which it's applied for, the description, the amount of the charge, and the credit or payments. So you are going to be able to see all this information in its appropriate column. Now the main number you need to focus on here is the total balance due. So this is exactly what you need to pay for that term. You're able to see it here up top and also here at the bottom. Also, if you want just a summary of the credits and payments, you're able to see them here, or of the charges, you're also able to see them here. So again, this is a printable version, so you could very well print this out and have it for your records. But why don't we go ahead and go back into my accounts. Perfect. So this is the main screen on my accounts. Now, if you would like to see additional account activity, all you have to do is click here. This will tell you the description of what's been going on your account, the date, and the amount. whether that would be charges, whether that would be credits. You're also able to see that term balance right here. If you want to make a payment for your term balance, all you have to do is click Make a Payment, and it will take you to this screen here. You would then just click on Pay by Term, Spring Term 2016, and the amount that you owe would be inputted here. If you'd like to associate a memo with it, you can go ahead and write that in here. And all you'd have to do is click Continue. Here is where you're able to select the payment method, whether that would be electronic check, credit, or debit card. And you'll just continue by putting in that information here, receiving a confirmation, and then receiving a receipt. Also, if you're able to, if you would like to see your payment history, all you would have to do is click right on here, and it would tell you everything that your account has been through. Whether that would be, whether that you would like to classify that by time, transaction type, payer, or payment type. Now, I know a lot of people would prefer to do payment plans instead of just paying everything by bulk. So if that's the case, all you would have to do is click on Payment Plans here and Enroll Now. Once at this page, you would select the term that you would like to start the payment plan for. In this case, it's Spring 2016. And it'll give you a bigger description on what this really means. So, this will just be the details of this payment plan, Spring 2016, enrollment deadline, 12/31/15, scheduled payments, those are optional. The startup fee for any payment plan is $30. Minimum down payment, 0. And our payments are in increments of 5. Now, these are fixed dates, so they would be every first of the month, and there is a $25 late payment fee if you're not able to make that payment the first of every month, and this is why I always recommend to go ahead and schedule an automatic payment, which I'll show you how to do here in a second. So after that, you would go ahead and click Continue. And this will break down the actual payment plan. So our tuition is $5,040, other charges $2,000. Again, this is the total charge per semester, $5,240. Now, if you have a bit of money saved up, you would like to make an initial down payment so your payments are not as large, you are able to do so using this box. Now, let's say we want to make a down payment of $2,000. We will go ahead and put that amount there. And as you can see now, the startup fee is still $30. We set up a down payment of $2,000. What's initially due now is $648, and we will have 648 payments due the first of every month, to end up paying a total of $3,226 plus the $2,000 down payment. Again, I would all encourage you to set up a payment plan automatically, just so you are not charged that late fee. So all you would do then is just click on Yes, I want to set up payments on a monthly basis, hit Continue, and once more, this is where you would input your payment method and make sure you follow through until your payment plan agreement. So that's how you would set up a payment plan. Let's move on to e-statements. E-statements are just the statements we looked at earlier. This is where you're able to view every single one of your statements and actually print them out. Let's go back to My Account. Now, my account has a couple of other tabs listed here at the bottom. So, for personal profile, this will just show exactly who you are, your email address, your username ID, and if you'd like to add an alternate email address, you're able to do so here. So for communications, just click on communications. Now if you would like to receive a text for upcoming bill payments, any sort of change, you would just opt into receiving those messages here, type in your phone number, and select your carrier. Once more, this is just to give you a bit of an update of what's going on in your account. Payment methods. This is where you're going to be able to add a new payment method if you would like to delete an old one, or just simply change the different payment method that you are using. And lastly, authorized users. So, authorized users is if you would like to give authorization to their parent and employer to view all of this information. All you would need to do is click yes and yes, type in that authorized user's email account here, and click continue. This way we are able to notify them of any changes and keep them up to date on what's going on in your account. Perfect. Now these last two tabs here, e-deposits and e-refunds. E-deposits are used to simply make a deposit towards your account. Whether you would like to do that some sort of a down payment, so you would have a lower balance on your account, you're able to do so here. Now e-refunds are for you to receive a refund if your credits are essentially more than your charges. So for instance, let's say your total tuition is $23,000. With your scholarships and with your different grants, you obtained total credits of around $24,000. In that situation, you would receive a $1,000 refund. So in order to set up an account, all you would do is set it up using this link here. Lastly, in order to log out, all you must do is simply click right here in the top right corner, and this will log you out of your e-bill. So I hope this information was useful to you. If you have any questions or concerns, you can always contact your Student Account Center, and that information is student accounts, so student.accts@aurora.edu. If you'd like to reach them by phone, you can reach them at 630-844-5470. Now there is a printable version of this guide at aurora.edu/OSAC. Thank you very much.